So we're picking on the people who are not here, who can't defend themselves.
I mean, the guy constantly talks shit every day.
He'll be back. He'll be
He's
shit talking.
coming back.
No, I mean, he seems to just really enjoy it. I don't know. It's something sadistic.
Absolutely. So while we're on these kind of out of meta drafts here, surprised, do we not? Okay, the Spectre was banned. I was about to say. No ban Spectre.
Second phase ban. I mean, I suppose like when you see the Tiny come out, they wanted to go for the Darkseer, and I mean, this OG draft, obviously they're completely ignoring the meta, so we don't have to even look at Spectre, Veno, Doom. I don't think they care.
So what other secrets can you tell us from the Divine League, my friend? Any other big heroes? We're hearing Immortals.
Yeah, Undying. I believe he won 1 out of 10 or 11 games.
Oh, that must have been
just
fun.
Doesn't seem playable. I don't know. It's fun to play first couple of minutes, but after that, you're just, walking creep.
Yeah. Well, we saw him do pretty good last game.
Yeah, we saw that. Like, he won the game, so, Pylite dies. Something different on the hero. He was completely zoning out 2 heroes at once.
Grimstroke going to be picked up here as well. A little bit of synergy here,
Love that hero. I think before I checked the heroes that they were playing, like, there was a lot of similarities. Like, both of these teams were picking Io, they were picking Grimstroke. I think, and I've said that during the Divine League, that Grimstroke is a sleeper hero. Like, none of these tier 2.5 teams were not picking the hero that much, but this hero does so many things. Like, you have a stun, you have a silence, you have a leash, you have a wave clear, you name it.
And any synergy there with Darkseer as well?
Not really.
Come on, he goes
really.
fast
Wait,
with the ball.
what if you use Iron Shell
Yeah.
on the enemy?
That's genius. What happens if you can have the 400 health talent and use Iron Shell on the enemy? Did they get 400 HP?
I hope not. Someone test it and tweet at me. Does that actually work?
Oh boy, we see Invoker. Invoker has been coming back as of late. Now he's in the hands of potentially one of the best Invoker players in the world. Could be exciting.
I'm feeling the Void. I mean, is Void banned? I can't see the
No,
No
he's
fan.
still in the pool. Like,
yeah.
I think Viking right now is just thinking, do we get the Void
Do we
for
pick Void?
ourselves?
Yeah, exactly. Man. Because you have the ET Earth Splitter.
Yep.
You have the Invoker Cataclysm. I mean, that alone is enough damage to kill literally anybody. You need Eon Discs.
Okay,
to
so
survive
this is
that.
core Tiny, right?
Is that good?
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, there it is.
Wow, we're good. I would have thought, you see Invoker ET
Void.
on one side, Faceless Void still in the pool. Like, this is just a nasty combo.
Yeah. And I guess what you guys are referring to, of course, is the Faceless Void Chronosphere, and then a lot of pro players just been Cataclysm, and does a lot of damage, not to mention the ET, who's throwing out that stuff as well. So, pretty easy setups there, pretty incredible damage, and the only answer is Aeon Disc. Can all 5 of you buy one?
That's actually it. It's very sad. If you wanted to, if you wanted to counter that, you could still pick like a Wraith King. You could still pick an Abaddon carry. I mean, I don't think we see that too much in the Europe CIS region, but that's a big thing in NASA.
Yeah.
Wraith King would probably be fine. Yeah. I really feel like they need something to counter this, or at least play around it. Like, play to not fight at all and just get pickoffs, and then, fight only when things are on cooldown and fight with an advantage. That's also a way of dealing with it.
What about... Am I dumb here? But it wasn't Silencer used to be good against these kind of combos, right?
Yeah, that actually, I mean, that would definitely be pretty decent. I think the hero's garbage, but I think like just the counter potential is really good. It's really great against Invoker too, and Io too. It's like if you just global on the relocate sound,
right?
Doesn't that stops the relocate, right?
Yeah,
that literally stops it now. So does it? They've changed it like back and forth a few times.
It's channeling, right?
It's not channel anymore.
It's not channel,
but I think
never mind.
Stunning does interrupt it. I know stunning does.
Stun interrupt.
But it doesn't matter if it interrupts. If it doesn't interrupt, if Io relocates in and there's a silence, like you don't do anything.
You don't do anything anyway.
So we have someone who's smart here. Fog, does global silence stop relocate? It should. That's what he said.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does. Somebody test that. Test that and tweet Lacoste.
Oh, we have a lot
Why
of
do we have to tweet everything at Lacoste on this? Every single thing ends with tweet at Lacoste.
The only competent one on the page. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but...
Take it easy, sir. All right, oh my God, a Phoenix! Don't anyone get caught by anything. If you get Chronosphered in this game, it's over. There's no hope.
It's all about the Chronosphere.
This is horrific. Horrific amount of... I mean, I don't want to beat on a dead horse, but Alchemist is definitely not what I would have gone with. But there it is.
Alchemist, it's a great pick. And oh, look at that, picked Alchemist.
Oh my goodness gracious!
That was just a.
Why Alchemist?
You have the timing. You know, I think that these heroes on OG don't particularly pressure enemy jungle for like 15, 20 minutes. I don't see how a Wisp or an Elder Titan or whatever support they use, like Phoenix, can walk into the enemy jungle and stop an Alchemist from farming. So they're basically trying to win before the team fighting stuff happens.
I see.
They have good ways of protecting it. Like Phoenix is great and the Elder Titan are taking the stacks, but they have nice heroes to just deal with that. Like all these heroes are pretty mobile on side of Viking and they can punish you. I'm really liking Viking GG's lineup.
Really?
Yeah, I think they used this ban that OG spent on Ancient Apparition, and it allows Alchemist to play extremely fast. Also, there's no real tower damage on OG, so like they're relying on the Chronosphere. You have buyback against the Chronosphere, or like they misuse it 1 or 2 times, and you can easily punish that. Also, this is the lineup that plays extremely fast. They can take the Roche with the minus armor. Imagine like 700-800 move speed Alchemist with Ion Shell Radiance running at you.
That does sound pretty good.
Yeah, it just looks like a very, very strong lineup.
I would honestly just go OG, because I feel like if any team knows how to deal with an Alchemist, it's them. They
That's true.
basically won the last TI with like half of the games Alchemist they played. So I feel like if there's any team that can assert themselves into an Alchemist jungle without good heroes at doing that, like OG will figure it out. Yep. And they have Seb. So I imagine he was probably largely making those calls during TI. So
Gracious.
I'm confident he'll do that again here.
Boys, you are wrong.
Well, I mean, the bets, even the bet agrees. I mean, 1.24 for OG. That's a big difference there, Lacoste.
3 games before, you didn't even know how odds work.
Well, I'm a quick learner, Lacoste. All right?
Bigger number equals more money for me, more chances.
I hate you. Thank you for coming on the panel. But should be an interesting match, though. Of course, we are kind of split up. Very interested to see what goes down here. A rivalry that we hope to see lives up to expectations. But will the casters live up to your expectations? Well, I know one of them will. It's Fogged and Dota Capitalist.
Thank you for that lovely intro, Slacks. You know what's funny is, like, I'm not sure if it's a good sign or a bad sign for Viking GG that even Slacks doesn't know what the hell they drafted. Initially, I was like, oh, Jesus, Viking GG, they must have drafted some real garbage. And then I remember it was Slacks, and it was like, it's probably for the best that he doesn't know what's going on.
You guys have something for it in this tournament, huh? You got something for each other. It's like me. I'm gonna be the bully to Brian, and you guys are gonna bully each other. All right, let's do it. Why not? Sure.
This will be the dynamic for the rest of it. I mean, we don't have to worry about it because fortunately Slacks won't be hosting for long. We'll get real host. That's pretty soon.
That's pretty true.
This is the series that I've been looking forward to the most today. Viking GG versus OG, because Viking GG has proved that they can take down Tier 1 teams. They've done that through several tournaments. They did it at WePlay, Pushka League. They did it at the 2 ESLs. Like, they have consistently proven that they can take down the best, even if they haven't shown that they, like, will always make top 3 or something like that. They're improving every single time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're a really fun team to watch, and you can tell they have a really good understanding of the game. That's the biggest thing that I like to see, because they always look to make these aggressive moves. They don't play like passive at all. That's the biggest thing that I love seeing teams do. Like, especially these European teams that like to be aggressive. Right here, we see the start mid one, body blocking very nicely here. Try to protect No-Tail. He's going to try to tether away.
The best part is he doubled back to get the bounty rune, which may leave No-Tail a little high and dry right now, as he doesn't have a tether partner to get away. But if he doubles back right now,
he's going to get the tether. Fine. Oh my God, I can't believe he lives there. Those body blocks from mid one.
Well played.
All right, well, that's pretty big. What, how many? That was what, 3 strokes?
Yeah, a lot of mana expended.
And he TP's bottom, so 0 mana on Grimstroke. Hopefully he has clarities for himself to be able to actually have an effect in that bottom lane. Pretty huge.
The 2 little tiny boys in the mid lane, Kid Invoker and small pre-level 6 Tiny.
Why don't I see the Invoker's orbs? What the heck was that?
Yeah, is he holding?
No, he went Quas, but he wasn't holding orbs. What?
Weird.
Does the enemy not see that? That would be a little bit crazy if they don't see that. Okay. This is a pretty fun draft. As soon as I saw Invoker Void, I kind of called GG from upstairs. Okay, now they show. That was weird. Did he not pull them out?
No, he didn't pull them out until just now.
Oh, okay, cool. But he had the Quas skilled. All right, interesting. Huh.
Is there a reason why you would keep that information secret? Like maybe threatening a Sunstrike or something?
My God.
He's gunning for it right now, but the Fairy Fires, it makes the difference. And Saksa, as a result, takes just as much damage as he dealt to that Grimstroke. Celery, he dares him to keep going a little bit farther. Aramis, meanwhile, the top lane is playing a back-and-forth game of chicken against No Tail.
So yeah, I was saying like this. Oh, they actually go for the vacuum level
Vacuum
2.
level 1. They do have the cogs going out that controls a mid one. He did go for Bash, so they could have killed him.
They get No
by
Tail.
God, Aramis wants this kill on No Tail.
Oh,
They're
no.
not going to get it, are they? Aramis, he's going to run it down with the Ion Shell. No tether up for a while. One more second. He jumps, but it's not good enough. First blood for Aramis.
He walked his courier in, though, and Mid1 was able to just smack it because of that. So, I mean, some crazy aggression coming out here up toward that top lane.
I can't believe they could have killed Mid1.
Yeah, they could have actually gotten it.
He had Bash level 1, wasn't level 2 yet.
Bottom, we're seeing some insane aggression, as we would expect. I mean, it's an Alchemist, and it was a Grimstroke who ported to lane with 0 mana. So Alchemist already can't really do too much down here at the start. He will definitely get pressured. This is a scary lane, actually, for Alchemist. It's a lot of magic damage that can come in, and I mean, ET, once he gets level 3, can really beat down that lane and chase it out. Mid lane is probably the one that I'd say is the only one that they should come out ahead on a little bit on, but those other 2 side lanes, I feel like OG is going to have real good times in. Just be able to get super solid farm on their Phoenix as well as their Void.
Aramis trying to interrupt the block and stop both the pulling and the stacking.
So looking at OG's overall draft, I was just, I was talking about it a little bit before. It's just, I look at this grand scheme of things, and the team fight's just insane that they really have built amongst everybody here. Void Invoker, too, is one of these combos that I feel like it can hit to a point in the game where you just lose, right? Like, if they get a certain Chronosphere off, unless you all have Aeon Discs, you're all going to probably die or start the fight almost dead.
Yeah,
So
I played a game recently where it felt like we were winning pretty hard, and it was up against this combination, Void Invoker. And we're winning pretty hard, and we stumbled into one team fight where we got Chronosphere pretty nicely, but we didn't know that Invoker had literally just picked up his Agnes.
Oh, God.
And we got, like, nearly wiped in that fight, and the whole entire game turned around off of that.
I've seen it happen so many times in like these pub games. I've seen it in a couple pro games like in the past too, before it was his Aghanims when you just got the talent. It was like, you have to win the game before this Invoker hits 20. As soon as Invoker hits 20, GG. Like, we've seen it happen a bunch of times. No, so able to get the tether out of there, and they're keeping Mid1. I mean, Mid1's getting great farm up here. He has the extra sustain. Now he's actually trading, though. We'll get the heal, though, from his IO.
Fortunately, because the IO, he probably hasn't had to invest into a ton of regen, despite all the damage he's taken.
Yep. Chad only still up to 10 last hits. This Phoenix really slowing him down, the core Phoenix. Even though it's the 2 kills right now for Viking GG. One of them was a suicide, I believe, from Saksa to the tower. But you see that 1k gold lead because the lanes. And the mid lane, it's actually not a lead for the Tiny. The Invoker's just evening it up anyway. He's going to be going for the Quaswex build.
Boom. Gets there nice and early for the Bounty Rune.
This is actually, when I look at it, this is a really good EMP game. These are some strength heroes with very limited mana pools. Top, they actually are able to get the kill because of this time dilation skill.
Double denies there from Thompson. Everywhere it looks, it seems like OG, they're getting just a bit better of Viking GG.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be another one here. Shad has to body block in order to keep Celery alive.
Oh,
he will survive because the Ranger up.
But even, I mean, now they just forced their support. They forced the support out of the lane, out of an Alchemist who's not getting farm anyway.
Yep.
This Phoenix is going to be hitting level 6 soon.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Looking to make an aggressive move. Okay, I like this, though. They're bringing the Tiny top.
Catches him with halfway through the tether with that battery assault, stopping him from being able to jump over to the Void.
He wanted mid one there, but he will be able to TP mid, and he does see that the rune was not top, so makes it move to this DD rune.
Dire are scanning.
And here's that
Shad.
damage. Level 5. Yeah.
You knew it was going to happen at some point in time that they were going to pressure this Alchemist while the Grimstroke was gone. Tornado MP just to try and burn Boom out.
Well, that really feels bad for a Tiny. Even you have the full bottle, even you use all your bottle charges, and you can only really go for one type of combo if you want to make some type of move. And the other thing that this Invoker provides, because he is going for Quas Wex, now that they've pressured these Alchemists, they're going to have a lot of ways to get into the jungle to really hunt for him whenever Thompson does choose to do so.
Let's see, Seb is certainly feeling himself right now, as he should.
Oh, yeah.
Top net worth. Saxa has been creating mountains of space.
7-minute veil.
Look at him. He's going to go for this kill on a Celery. You should be able to run him down with the Sun Ray. And Saxa just beating him to a pulp. Now, Seb is deep behind the tower, though, and this was certainly not worth it for him. Maybe he shouldn't have stopped that Icarus dive. Celery sees the opportunity to give him a tip back. If you haven't seen Viking GG, if you don't know who these guys are, they are probably the most exciting, I would say, Tier 2 team that's kind of coming up. In fact, Celery himself said, yeah, probably Tier 2, just because they haven't had the consistent results that would consider Tier 1, but they are certainly one of the freshest and hottest names in the scene right now. And they've got a bit of everything. I mean, they've got a bunch of new blood that is very talented, and they're willing to talk some smack, which they did the last time they were going to match up against OG. Didn't work for them, but I appreciated the willingness to make the match a little bit more exciting. And you do get a nice pick off there onto Toby. Viking GG did go for the two-man smoke, and they're going to wrap right into Thompson. They can get the kill. That's worth the trade-off.
They did. With that DD rune plus that Ink Swell combo, too. Able to sandwich him when he goes for his own rotation. But this tower, early on, 8 minutes of Eu-VOD, you probably wouldn't expect them to be taking a top tower at this moment.
Yeah, certainly not.
Oh, and Sox able to deny that rune from the Tiny. Very, very significant there, as he can now make an aggressive move into the jungle. It is spotted, but now Shad actually has to back away from his stack that he was farming on the Alchemist. And we're likely to see Soxa get some aggressive wards down. Yep, one down right there. To be able to watch wherever that Alchemist does go, because Alchemist can't lane anymore versus this Phoenix, and...
Is he going to guess? Oh, I thought maybe Boom would just guess and throw out the Avalanche. He did not, though.
Nice TP. Top 3 net worths. OG. And yeah, you said Seb is just having the freest time ever. Sox is now just starting to run around, and he's giving Phoenix solo experience.
What do you do on a core Phoenix at this point? Like, do you go for the... No, he's not going for the Midas at all. Remember with, like, when core Phoenix last time was a thing, Midas, because the experience is so value.
I feel like because they're playing versus Alchemist, you can just play this like more aggressive. Just
sure.
You know, they have like Void, they have all this guaranteed later game style anyway. I think he can just be... He can just go for his own type of damage build. I thought maybe he might just go for like even like Radiance or something a little bit crazy this game, but...
Well, Spirit Vessel may have got nerfed. You were talking about it for Quaswex Invoker earlier. Seb's going to pop the Supernova here to make sure they get this kill on the Celery. Meanwhile, Thompson going down again, though. Big kill. Boom picks it up. It looks like almost solo.
Toby, good one. He's trying to get the rune here. He's got the Javelin picked up too, so his damage is actually can be pretty significant if he has the IO. If he has the IO with the overcharge behind him.
They take each other's bounty runes, and that's exactly what happens on the other side of the map as well. So 2-2 split.
How's this blink looking? Okay, about 1,000 away. How's the Radiance? Alchemist is so slowed down. It's going to be one of the poorer Alchemists in the next few moments.
I like the choice of the Blink Dagger from the Tiny, though, because this Alchemist is so slowed down. He's just got to play for a 15-minute window where he just gets as active as possible.
Yeah, I feel like he can't actually like show himself in lanes at all this game. I feel like he actually just has to run from lane to lane to lane, teleport, run lane over and over and over again. Yeah,
because otherwise, like, what threat is there on the map? It's pretty much just clockwork. Obviously, Darkseer isn't. He's one of those heroes that's a little bit more static in his lane presence. Doesn't usually play that ganking role.
Yeah, and he's not off to a good start either. No. 0, 2, 3. You know, usually you'd want your Darkseer like level 7, level 8, trying to cut waves, doing all this kind of stuff. Right now, he's very, very slowed down.
Oh yeah, I never finished, but Spirit Vessel, right?
Yeah.
obviously way more value than in this game than the game we were talking about earlier because of the healing reduction on an Alchemist.
Did Thompson end up going for it, or did he just go for Drum? He did, okay.
He got her, so I'm presuming he's going to go full out Spirit Vessel.
I figured one of them would have. I figured because Seb wasn't buying it, one of them had to have been getting it.
For sure. Teleport into the mid lane. They actually managed to get a hook shot onto Thompson. If they can stay onto Thompson, maybe they can get this kill. Shad, meanwhile, he's actually going to turn and fight. He might be okay until the Chronosphere and the Sunray comes in. That will certainly put him in the grave. And might be the end of Boom as well, but he actually gets a surge. They TP back out with a relocate, and Boom is able to get Saksa all on his own. So double kill for him. They stem the aggression there in that mid lane, and they walk away pretty happy
Seb
with that trade-off, I think. And maybe even Seb's going to die here as he's going to be silenced up, hit with a stroke of fate. Aramis. This is not the game that I imagined it was going to be super good for Clockwork, but he is turning up big time. Dominating streak will bounce back No-Tail into the open hands of Boom. That is 4 kills they just got there, all thanks to OG perhaps getting a bit overly aggressive.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, this Clockwork actually just did so much work just being able to utilize Inkswell as that surge. He's able to always get on the right targets. And they kill Thompson again instantly as the fight's commencing. He just gets popped, so they lose one of their big cores right before the fight does start. Good responses coming out from Viking GG. OG. They still turn up right back to that mid lane.
Yeah.
And look to pressure again here. As we're taking a look at this. There we go.
And they still have the Supernova, but they don't have the Chronosphere.
Yeah.
Arcane power.
And look at this.
They go right back as well.
War in the mid lane.
Gotta do it. Nice hook shot in with Inkswell as well. Getting on top of the Invoker didn't get him inside the cogs, but pushed him over to the side,
Nice.
back into the Avalanche. A clean combo from Viking GG that gets 2 core kills. And maybe even a third one in Saksa. Maybe Seb. Nope, he dives away before Boom could catch him with the toss.
Great plays by Boom right now, yeah. He's got the Blink Dagger finished up, so I feel like he's done his job even more so than anything, right? He's now making all the space. Alchemist is caught back up completely. And now it's a lot harder for OG to do, I think, what they would want it to have done with their aggressive wards that they placed on, as we see on the map, is get in and slow down the Alchemist. Now Tiny can always react, and they have the mobility from Clockwork and Darkseer. You're not going to be able to actually isolate this Alchemist as easy as once was maybe thought. So many ways to help him.
They just run right back to the mid lane.
Yeah.
OG have just ran mid, died, revived, ran mid, died, revived, and ran mid. See if third time is the charm for OG in taking this mid tower.
They really don't like tier 1s, I think.
Well, they're going to find themselves a little bit more stymied this time around, so they're going to back up, just farm some neutral creeps. They still have the better hand in map control, but I guess that's just what happens against an Alchemist. You kind of have to be the aggressors at all times.
I kind of want to see them make a move right now, though. I think they should probably expect that the Alchemist is getting close to that Radiance, but not quite finished because of how much they pressured him in lane. I do think they more than likely want to make that aggressive move because they have the Chrono.
Yeah, let's see the Chronosphere with the Supernova. Something that was missing last time. Boom, thanks to the surge, gets right on top of Saksa, but is met by a Tornado EMP that puts him in a nasty position. They're going to throw out the Chronosphere to make sure they actually get this kill, and catching the Darkseer in the act as well means that with the help of Saksa's damage from that ultimate, they can actually get 2 core kills themselves, not having to expend a whole lot for it either.
Straight to that mid tower off of that, for sure, from OG. Oh, it's very, I mean, a little lucky, but also just good placement there from Midwin to get actually the Darkseer inside the Chrono. And we are seeing the Alacrity constantly being thrown on him to buff him up with that Quaswex build.
Yeah, Chronosphere for 2 core kills and a tier 1 tower, and they still have the Supernova up if they want to choose to take another team fight. But the Radiance is up on Shad. He's going to start putting it to work on the No-Tail here. He's going to try and go for the relocate out. He will stay alive behind the trees. He's up for now. And we could see if they're going to be able to bail No-Tail out with a tether opportunity. Boom, it's going to take 2 Seb. Nice kill there. No-Tail does manage to slide away, but Boom, he's on the hunt. And he's got the Inkswell. That should surely get the kill. Whoa, God, his attack speed is so slow. No-Tail getting back to the tier 1 towers. They're going to have another round of Surge up soon, though. They're going to have to break the tether and give No-Tail an opportunity to jump away, but the rocket flares too much with the urn. Now Void, he's been silenced. Mid1's trying to get out, quickly deals with that Phantom, and time walks away. He's good to go for now. Thompson TP's into this tier 2 Viking GG. He put a stopper on this aggression for now.
I love how they're just reacting to and fighting every single time. When they have this Alchemist draft, the other 4 heroes that they have are able to fight at that pace, right? They're not really relying on ultimates or cooldowns really at all for those 4. They're just constantly spamming their Ink Swell, spamming their Stroke of Fate plus Tiny combo. So just bringing it to OG, who does have to rely on those cooldowns to really take those fights. Then great play from Boom there, really. Just finding Seb, getting that opportunity to just blow him up before he gets a single spell off. And that fight's pretty big. But we do see the build, Thompson not going for the Vessel, just the drum into Urn and then into the GG item.
Okay.
And just max out Exort now. Just put all your points into Exort, and then if you can get the Chrono, we've already said, you know it's probably going to happen if they do get good ones.
Yeah, who needs healing reduction when you could just one-shot him?
Yeah.
With the Cataclysm combo.
It's going to be some time, even if he finishes the Aghanims in the next few moments. He's only got like 2 points, I believe, in Exort, so.
Yeah. It's going to be a bit of a pitiful Sunstrike the first couple of times, but boom.
They're hunting. Thompson.
Smoked up with the rest of the team. Gonna find Thompson once again. Toss him back into his team so they can silence the Invoker before he gets off that pesky Tornado. Now, a nice 2-man stomp comes out from Soxa after the fact. Not enough for Mid1 to go in. He's got his Chronosphere, but he doesn't have the best damage behind it right now, seeing as Seb is currently in the mid lane.
Dire are scanning. Dire's
Such quick moves. Like we said, they're going to be really mobile on the side of Viking GG to look to set up for those. Thompson playing a little reckless, I feel. But Aramis is just, I mean, this Clockwork is really just, he's owning so hard. He's 7-0-4 in this game, I believe. Him and Boom have done a fantastic job of just utilizing their Darkseer and Grimstroke. Because they're the ones, I mean, they're the ones who have to until the Alchemist is online.
It really is Thompson to a T, though, right?
Yeah.
Got to push it to the limit all the time. It looks great on the TI main stage when he is outplaying literally all of the best players in the world, but it does have its downsides. Sometimes that constant aggression does get you into some hot water.
Yep, high risk, high reward. Seb's still only level 11. So it doesn't quite have that level 2 egg. There's not the best egg hitters, though, on the side of Viking GG. If the Alchemist can start hitting it, sure, but they're all kind of just like these melee heroes that can get punished pretty hard by it. So there's still the factor of, once we do start having those straight-up team fights coming, OG still has insane ones, but these small little battles right now from Viking GG are where they thrive.
Bunch of melee heroes up against an Invoker.
Yeah.
It's going to be really easy Tornadoes and Deafening Blasts.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Especially, yeah, he's got the 3 points or more, or 4 points also in Wex. That disarm, definitely something we're going to have to watch out for versus that egg. Mid1, nearing that BKB, very defensive build, but you feel like he kind of has to because of the insane magic burst and control that they do have on Viking. And I think he realizes a lot of the damage is probably just going to come from Thompson. And he'll be getting Alacrity during the fights too, so.
4,000 net worth lead for Viking GG. It is an Alchemist lineup, so it's about what you would expect, I would say.
I think that's Seb telling both of them to back off there, right? He's very close to level 12. I saw both of them move immediately away from the creep wave. He's probably like, I need 12 for this next fight. And I think this is them smoking, right? Probably looking for some type of fight if Seb did just hit that level 12. No, still not quite. It's actually going to be Viking that goes for the smoke first. See what they can find.
One side of the river, Seb. He's going to dare to cross over now. If he's met by the Tiny, then he very likely will get comboed down with the sounds coming in from the Grimstroke, preventing him from casting any spells. The Inkswell stun is there as well. A Cox push back just to ensure Seb has no opportunity to get out. With the Surge, Boom, kind of run around and see if he can find somebody else. But I think for now, may just be an attempt at the Tier 1 tower, because they're feeling pretty good about themselves right now. They've got Radiance, BKB, and the Plate Mail, so this Alchemist should be able to ignore most of the damage coming his way.
Yeah, he's actually going to mitigate the majority out of OG, except for when that Cataclysm comes out, because you can't mitigate pure damage.
Yeah, and that's the real scary thing, right, is that OG had such a clear initiation point that if they get a good Chronosphere, say he doesn't get a BKB off, he can be Earth Splittered, he can be Cataclysmed, you've got Sunray on top. There's like, that's a bunch of either high pure damage or percentage-based damage.
Yeah. They have to just keep at the pace that they're doing right now, though, and keep finding Seb, really. Like, that's the biggest thing that I'm taking out of all. Like, Boom just... He's got Seb's number. He knows every time. They actually saw him blink. They're going for an aggressive move onto the Tiny, but he blinked more toward the south, and they are not going to be able to capitalize.
Chat wheel goes out from Boom. Immediately Seb with the response. If you ever chat wheel OG and they don't respond, something has gone terribly, terribly wrong.
Hobson? Yeah, he saw them there for a second.
Aramis 804.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Doing a very good job. Very, very good job. Great item build too, of course, that Vessel versus the IO. Always going to be very nice. And a full AC now also on the Alchemist, so he's getting to the point where he is pretty scary if he does not get hit by the insane amount of spell damage.
Next step is like Abyssal Blade, right? And then you're just gonna run at people. That could very easily 100 to 0 the Faceless Void. So it looks so much like it's gonna come down to the initiation. Who finds that? Like, the opening combo is way easier for OG to execute, no doubt. But if Viking GG get that single target pick off with the Tiny or the Alchemist, they have the catch to just keep going.
Yep, they've got the Ags online. It looks like Mid1 and OG, they want to take a fight with it. I'm not too sure what level the Exort is yet, but they really want to press forward for this fight.
Kind of walking around right now with this BKB. He's going to be comboed up, though. Oh, he showed himself for a bit too long, and now here comes that catch we were talking about. Vacuuming back in. Trapped inside. No Tail looks for another opportunity to get out. Goes for the relocate. No such luck. He's denied that. Shad boosted forward. Tosses out the unstable concoction. That'll catch Soxa, as I believe he should burn out to the Radiance. He's going to try and get the stomp. No such luck, though. Supernova. And
it's going to pop.
I feel like it is going to... No!
Oh, wow. They actually got it. Oh, my God.
Shad gets there in time for the triple kill.
It was about to pop, and Shad may have died if it popped there, too, with that Sunstrike. Woo.
The Sunstrike, if he gets hit by the stun that goes on afterwards, and then this core Phoenix puts out all the damage that he has.
Oh, damn. Big moves by Viking GG. That was the fight that OG wanted to take, and Viking GG, they just, you know, this tiny combo, this burst damage, you don't click your BKB early, and you get punished.
Yeah.
Mid1 was really trying to hold on to it as long as possible, and that can happen.
It looked like, to me, Mid1 felt like he could not get 100 to 0'd.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be true if, like, Io was actually tethered to him. But as it was, he was kind of completely alone. One thing about OG, though, gotta love watching this team play Dota, man, because even when they are on the losing side of engagements, go again, go again.
Yep.
They always want to be the ones determining how a team fight starts. And you do that through being crazy-ass aggressive.
Absolutely. They still have to be... It's starting to get to the point, though, that they are falling pretty far behind, but it's really all, just like you said, that one Chrono plus a Cataclysm, if it's a high-level Exort, will change pretty much everything. And now with this DD, they're going to be able to finish this Roshan time.
Aramis, he's looking for the opportunities. Rocket Flare's going to be coming to map up in a second.
He got the last hit!
How does this keep happening today? Rocket Flare, of all things. It's like 200 damage. Oh, and he goes in. Looking to be able to catch Thompson here. They get a nice wall out, too, with the bind. They do actually have to relocate. That's going to be able to bail him out. Mid1 pops his BKB and tries to go for Boom, but it's not really the best target for him. He's kind of looking around. trying to find his opportunity for a Chronosphere. Now he sees it. A 3-man with the Cataclysm. Pulled back into the Meteor as well over the top. Shad, he managed to get off his BKB though, and boom, going back in, almost finishing off Zoxa. Tosses forward to be able to finish off Zoxa. On the second life of Mid1 though. Unstable Concoction doesn't quite get it off in time. Now he's going to be Supernova stunned. Now he's going to be Unstable Concoction stunned. Now he's going to be in some serious trouble and maybe bashed up as well. But Mid1, he's going to remove the silence first. Shad running forward, but he's caught in a trap. Nice toss up in the air. Boom, finds another opportunity. He just keeps on going in and out. What a brilliant Tiny player. As he managed to find the kill onto Thompson, but it's still a big win for OG.
That damage coming out from Seb. We see the combo from the Invoker. It was there, but not the max level. Boom, again, jumps in. Ooh, not able to quite find Mid1 there, but
you know, I said big win, but they actually, that was a 3-for-4 exchange.
Yeah, it ended up being not as significant, but Mid1 lives the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So he gets the big chunk of experience for himself to at least slowly try to match up with the Alk, but boom, look at this guy.
Man, don't stop.
Time dilation doesn't quite hit him.
Mid1. Been caught in this before. He's immediately going to pop his BKB because he is terrified of that combination who's killed him one too many times. What is happening here? These bashes. That's illegal. Boom. Immediately to the back line, trying to threaten Seb, but a vacuum actually pulls off, aggroes the rest of OG away from Boom, trying to keep him alive, but another bash comes in from Mid1. He's able to stay on top. Aramis zooming around, hits a nice 2-man Inkswell stun, and once again will allow some heroes to retreat, but another OG engagement that I'm sure they're kind of happy with.
That one's definitely a really big win for them there. Just an overextension a bit there by Boom, just really trying to press forward to kill No-Tail. Has to be very careful, because the Surge, you know, you probably feel pretty immortal when you have it, but you always have to watch out for this Tornado. And now, Exord's maxed. Yeah. So that last one, I didn't see if it was a level 5 or a level 4, but now with maxed up, it's a much bigger chunk of damage coming in.
Looks like he's going to be going for Bloodstone. On top of that, they had the Shivas complete for the Phoenix.
Spell Amp, right? From the Bloodstone, I think that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, probably.
It just ramps up so much, and then Cataclysm pure damage with Spell Amp is pretty nuts.
And it'll certainly give him the stats that he won't have to worry so much about being 100 to 0.
Absolutely.
And that is a big problem for Boom now. We've seen it in these last 2 engagements that he can go in on somebody, but he doesn't actually have that damage anymore to just straight up combo and wipe them out in a team fight. Tried to do it to Mid1 earlier, tried to do it with Seb shortly thereafter. He's going to have to change up his play now.
Yeah, I actually really like the Bloodstone for both those reasons, right? Stats, he can click it to heal himself up back in the fight, play around the Tiny, who constantly jumps in and out of the fights. He'll be able to heal a lot, and then also that Amp. We'll see Mid1, he's going to go for his Satanic, just try to tank up as much as possible so he doesn't deal with getting comboed down in one shot.
Is there at any point now, like Scotty's just not a natural item for any of these heroes. Is there at any point, do you consider it because of that workaround that it had with the healing? Because that was something that I wanted to mention about the Shivas, right? Is the Shivas, that's another item that has it as well.
Yeah, I just don't think it's just such a bad item on Void. You're getting bashes anyway to control people through BKB. Like usually that's why you see the Scotty most of the time is just, hey, we have control and slow down for BKB, but Void does that anyway with Chrono and his bashes. So I don't think there's not room for it. Boom. Looking to go for a fight here. Everything is available for OG if they're in position for it. But Boom wants to use this power spike that they have right now with this Alchemist, who's still very strong. Seb?
Okay, catch him with the Avalanche and the Abyssal Blade on top of him, so no chance to get out.
Easy kill. COG using the ET Spirit plus Forge Spirits, trying to push out lanes as quick as possible so they can always get these fights in favorable positions for themselves. Viking, they're just still like running around, and they're also doing the same thing, using Ion Shells to push out waves, and then also looking to try to take fights at a number advantage.
Oh, what is this sneaky play? They have vision of him. So they think they could possibly catch him. They get him with the toss first. No BKB going off, but he still gets the time walk again. no longer has the damage just to be able to one-shot that Faceless Void, but maybe we go follow up. Aramis coming in, stopping the relocate out, pushes No Tail back into the rest of his team. They bring him down. Now can they catch the rest? Shad using his Abyssal Blade to get up the cliff, catching on a bash. That was perfectly timed right as Mid1 was about to go for the time walk out.
Nice move. Aramis again, just from downtown, getting the perfect hook shot onto the IO. Beautifully executed, playing super well around their vision, which they have a lot of on this map. Now they get some time, 40 seconds where they can look to play super aggressive. They don't have to worry about that chrono combo.
There's the Bloodstone from the Invoker. So the Cataclysm gonna do that much more now.
Buying himself some tomes as well. All right, tier 2 taken though. Unfortunately, just past the 30-minute mark from Viking GG. They can't actually snatch an outpost. But can still look to play very aggressive here now. With this Abyssal Blade, it changes a lot more here now too, because they can, like you said, they have ways to go through that BKB on top of just follow up with the Tiny. That Alchemist can get very involved in the fights.
I'm just gonna say this, but acknowledge the fact that I have no idea what the numbers are. But I feel like I don't care as much about the whole tier 2 and like my shrine being exposed after 30 minutes. I feel like, or the experience aspect. Obviously the map control I think is still really important, but I feel like that experience isn't as impactful as the 10, 20, 30.
Yeah, no, definitely. As support, sure. You know, if you're one of those supports that keeps dying in the start of the fight, you're always begging for those. But yeah, I feel like the map control really is the bigger part. Just that TP availability, buyback and TP into a fight that you normally wouldn't be able to. Yeah. Just changes it.
It just feels like for me, like percentage-wise, 10, 20, 30, those outposts are big. The relocate up the top, and they're going to try and get there before the relocate goes back. I just don't see how they could do the damage fast enough, and yeah, they're not going to go for it anymore.
See, Boom, he's going for a scaling build as well on that Tiny. He's going for the Aghanims. Toby will zoom himself away. Looks like it's Aeon Disc on the menu for Sab after getting exploded over and over and over again inside of the team fights. That'll prevent that for sure.
That's fair.
And all right. Looking for the smoke play here. I mean, they're still always looking to get these fights. It's just all about positioning. Viking, they cannot get caught standing together.
Celery, he's going to be the one to break the smoke here. Gets away from Mid1.
Uh-oh.
But caught by the tornado and may just be that freebie pickup. But, oh, Aramis actually going back in because on the side, Boomy's made his initiation, but the Supernova went down and they don't have the attack speed to be able to protect that. The Chronosphere going down with the Cataclysm. They actually do catch the Alchemist as well as Aramis inside of that one. And Shad in some trouble, does manage to bring down the IO first, but he's already on half health. Mid1 though, he keeps on going forward, gets hit, Stomp goes out, onto 2, nicely done. Toby, he managed to get a nice Soulbind silence there on the right-hand side, so Mid1 doesn't have a whole lot of help on the left, but he's still trying to man it up with a time walk away. Undoes a lot of the damage. Nice tornado into the Stomp as well. That finishes off Boom. Shad tries to get that kill on the Phoenix and does manage to do so with the Inkswell stun onto Mid1 there. If he can get a bash, right here, they can kill Mid1. He does go down. An Abyssal Blade active allows him to catch up to Thompson as well. And Saksa prays that it'll be enough, but it won't be. Shad with the ultra kill.
Holds his ground. He has a heart even. Now they're probably not regretting not having that Spirit Vessel because he healed up so much inside of that team fight, just standing his ground. And great eye there. Celery on that bottom side. I feel like he actually turned the tides of the fight. Because the Phoenix as well as the ET were coming in to join and help versus the Alk. He gets a Soulbind, a silence, breaks the Sunray. Kind of changes the way that fight might have looked.
And the initiation of Boom to start off the part on the Phoenix, like even though they didn't kill him, making the Supernova go off in the first place. And then making sure there's no Sunray on Shad.
Yep.
Right? That would be a lot worse if he's caught in the Chronosphere with the Sunray.
Now they have to deal with an Aegis on top of this humongous Alchemist. 15,000 gold lead. It's been staying around that for quite a bit of time here from Viking, but that's a big fight win for them, as that was OG really looking to take that one. It was level 20, hit by the Invoker, by Thompson. They really wanted to press forward it, but man, Viking, looking good.
My favorite Ags.
The one that you give to people? Oh. They're talking about the Alchemist one. I was like, the one that you make your teammates happy.
Yeah. Now Aramis has got an Aghanim Scepter now.
All right. I mean, sure, he's having such a spectacular game. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
he can just, I feel like he's just gonna make No-Tail's life miserable with this Aghanims too. Just so easily to stick on the targets.
Yeah.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Pocketing the Radiance for now. Shad has that Aegis, almost has level 25 too, so one big final upgrade, and then he'll start peaking a bit. I'm not gonna say like he doesn't grow any stronger. Obviously he has Aghanim Scepters, the Moon Shards be given away. There's a lot more late game possibilities and growth than there ever was in Dota.
Yeah. I do feel, though, this game gets to a super late game,
Yeah.
OG just wins the game. That's just the way that their heroes work. But I think that Viking is going to be sure to press the issue forward and not allow OG to just stall the game out. I think they kind of have to also. Like 20k gold lead, they're still in a fine position, but if they don't want this game to get to like the 55-minute mark where it starts getting really difficult to actually take team fights versus this insane team fight lineup. So this is a good move here by them.
Stomp misses.
Radiant's bottom tower.
The Alchemist and one of the Siege Wagons continue their siege on the tier 3. It's going to be opened up here. See if Viking GG how they continue to push this. Midwan meets him in front of the barracks. Starts laying some damage into the Alchemist, but he can't stay there for long.
175 per second at the moment.
Trying to slow him down as much as possible. Poke at him. If they get him low enough, maybe they can go. His Chemical Rage is about to wear out, and I think OG, they may try and take advantage of that. Mid1 jumping forward. He time walks into the Tiny with his Aghanim swinging in. There, Aramis is going to jump onto the Io once again, trying to lay onto him. First Splitter is going to go down on a Shad. He still has that Aegis.
The
A good
exit
Supernova. It's going to explode successfully here, but not before No-Tail dies. He is going to be able to buy back, come back in, but Shad, he's also back with his second line thanks to that Aegis. He immediately pops BKB. Not sure if that was the play, though. Now with the BKB down, he's going to be caught inside a Chronosphere with the Cataclysm. Celery's certainly dead, and, well, this is going to be an Alchemist at half health now. With no Chemical Rage, they can't quite keep up to him, thanks to the Surge, though. But the rest of the team is trying to go in and make some space for the Alchemist to get out, trying to finish off Thompson. Couldn't quite get him, though. The Bloodstone keeps him alive. Boom, he pops the cheese, but there is a wealth of damage coming from OG because Boom's got no one behind him. Everyone else is dead except for the Alchemist, who's already abandoned his post.
Oh man, such good buddy system there by OG. Just pairing themselves up with each other, making sure like they protect like one by one, guiding each other. The Bloodstone heal coming into play there from Thompson, almost getting burst down. And yeah, like you said, Chemical Rage was popped. They saw that ticking down. They saw the moment that they could jump forward there. And the BKB was used early too.
Yeah, so, that was so, I felt like that was unnecessarily greedy.
Yeah, it
they
did
had
look like
lots
it.
of time where they could just slow play that. You know, use one Chemical Rage to take the tier 3, wait, use the next one to go for a melee barracks.
They get punished. OG with that high ground defense. This is like one of their specialties, right? Always about that. Always about taking the game to the later stages.
You know, maybe I missed it, but I wish Viking GG had done their smack. Oh,
there you
boy. Catching Mid1.
He wants more.
From the jungles. They're going to look for more here. Aramis, he pops his Aghanim Scepter there to be able to refresh and go for another hook shot. Only finds creeps, though. But yeah, I kind of wish Viking GG had done their smack talking before this series against OG, because whether or not they win this first game, they're certainly putting up a much better fight than they did last time they met OG.
Oh, definitely. This game is still in the realm that they're in a comfortable spot, but they cannot make, if they make another mistake like that one, OG is just in the lead. Right now, I think it's getting pretty close to being that 50-50 mark, even though they have that 15k gold lead. But they cannot make another mistake like that on the high ground.
Havoc Hammer. How much strength do you have to make that item worth over, say, like the Spider Legs for our Tiny here? Because that would add to his burst damage, right?
Yeah.
But it never feels like it's quite enough.
No.
It's never enough damage from that active.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Relocate
Is that an
right
Alchemist?
on top of an Alchemist, but Aramis is here right next to him. Unstable concoction onto the two of them, and what a disaster! What was that relocate? That was a shrine relocate, right? Were they trying to get the 40-minute shrines?
I think they thought he was alone and they could maybe go for a play onto him there, but
I mean, they brought in Saksa. It's not like he was bringing in Mid1. Okay, BKB active, turns around, punches him in the face. Immediately gets a bash. Unstable concoction. That's going to be stunning him as his BKB wears out. Aramis comes in. Hookshot 1, hookshot 2. Bye-bye Mid1. He's going to have to buy back. Aramis, unfortunately, is going to be stunned underneath the supernova from his Aghanim Scepter. A worthy sacrifice, though. They forced the buyback out of the carry of OG.
Absolutely. All right, now we shift that favor again here. There's some great aggressive moves coming out from Viking. Well, I guess, I don't know if we want to call it aggressive or defensive because they've reacted and OG kind of poured it into them, but that's really big plays there. They slow down Mid1 an insane amount. He dies earlier and then also buys back. Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, now for the next 7 minutes, we've got ourselves a clear endgame opportunity for Viking GG. They kill Mid1 once. This game very likely is over.
Ooh, that's a pretty decent pickup there. Magic Lamp. Could be nice versus the combo.
Yeah.
A little bit of something.
Yeah, put it on Celery.
Yeah.
You'd certainly appreciate it.
Little fake Aeon Disc a bit here. Boom, as we said, he's scaling pretty hard. He does take the Havoc Hammer. He does want that extra little bit of health and push away.
All right. See if it makes the difference. See if that is just enough for him to be able to maybe burst down the void before he gets a time walk off. Hell, it really hasn't been him, though, too much. This Alchemist with his chain stun combination.
My
and
God.
And then the Clockwork with that double hook play. They're going to be able to catch Saksa here inside the jungle.
You see his health when he has Ion Shell? 5,200. It just
I forgot about that.
A little bonus HP. No Tail gets spotted outside. And he just gets evaporated as well. They're losing big heroes right outside of the base.
Yeah, with no buybacks on either of their supports, so may have to give up a lane. I mean, they still have their bottom tier 1 tower. So if they really wanted, they could be very chill. Let them take the top lane. They're feeling OG. Not really ones to give up buildings. It feels like they fight for every little thing that they have. And yeah, even with just the 3 cores. I feel like this was the time for Viking GG they could be a little bit more aggressive, but they choose not to back down, and maybe that's rightly so. Roshan is coming up.
Yeah, I think it was Roche is coming up, and Chemical Rage still had like 10 seconds remaining. I think he was just feeling a little bit afraid of just pressing the issue forward after what happened before.
That'd be like the biggest throw to like give OG Roshan after you force the buyback out of the void.
Yeah. Hook shot defensively gets him out of that scary position. He's going to continue to rocket the bottom lane out.
Yeah, one of the underrated aspects of Clockwork game, right? The global pushing power that he has. Relocate back to be able to defend their melee barracks as the creep wave was pushing in by itself. That relocate, though, serves as an opportunity for Viking GG. They're going to set up a team fight around this. Thompson is going to try and intercept. Zep's going to be in some trouble, though. Aeon Disc doesn't get an Icarus dive very far away. A pushback from Saksa, thanks to that hammer, may actually save Zep for a little bit. Thompson, though, stuck inside with the Clockwork. Great combination there. He actually refreshed up. There's going to be that Chronosphere with a buyback. Where's the Cataclysm? They do have the Earth Splitter, but no Cataclysm to follow it up. So Boone, he's actually going to be fine inside that Chronosphere. And now, Thompson! That's a dieback for him. The Supernova goes down with the Sunray. It's up to Mid1 now to try and finish off Shad. Shad limping away, gets Sun, and is going to fall here.
Oh my God!
Aramis! He might have just bailed him out there. Mid1 was not able to keep that pursuit and has to back away. Aramis sticking in front of them right now. Stay inside. All 3 of these heroes looking for another opportunity. Look at that Tiny laying in the damage. Mid1 trying to light seal up. Goes on a boom. He's doing a nice job putting out the damage right now, but he needs to get rid of the Phantom. Time walk up. Shad's back in town, though, and the damage is there as well as the control. No buyback for him, and that is game. Viking GG, they know it too. They lay out the box.
They are just taking these fights so damn well. Thompson in the front line gets caught out, unable to get any spells. And I believe when he bought back and the Chrono went out, he was TPing back into the fight, so he couldn't actually do the Cataclysm to contribute the damage for his team. And but yeah, they can just end the game here now. I mean, such great team fights coming in, and I'm really loving the way that Aramis, Toby, and Chad, like these three together, and boom, like the 4 melees really just felt like they were on top of the right heroes every single time.
Yeah. Seriously, some sick combination and teamworks from Viking GG. It's a pretty simple process now of just hitting buildings. As without their cores, don't think OG can put up much of a fight. They're going to try, though. But look at Chad go, man. Even when Chemical Rage is down, he can just stick on top of Saksa pretty easily here. Toss up, nice combo from Boom to finish him off, and
GG.
Let's hit that ancient. GG is called from OG. Like it, GG, man. They showed up to this series.
Relentless aggression.
Yeah.
I like it. Dude, they just